And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. In the last part, we pretty much got Lily's decision on the matter, and now we've just sort of avoided her for the past week, and I guess we're helping Shizune and Misha compile some spreadsheets for the end of the year. But regardless, let's get right into this, because I'm feeling that we're heading towards the end here, and I'm a little concerned that I may have inadvertently gotten the bad ending, but we'll see. And that's the 5th spreadsheet compiled and saved. Time for next month's. After a little bit of fussing around, we all managed to get a bit more organized. Shizune's been gathering up the loose sheets and, thankfully, sorting them into neat piles next to me. Meanwhile, Misha's been handling the manual writing work, her girly pink pen leaving its unmistakable mark on paper after paper. Once I got myself into a rhythm, this really wasn't so bad. Shizune and Misha also seemed to be in the swing of things, wordlessly communicating as they go about their business with fervor. I periodically glanced at the sheet beside the laptop, apparently a list of students' names and matching addresses. As I dutifully enter the data written on it, I don't pay a lot of attention to what I'm typing until I reach about midway down the page. Hakamichi, Class 3-3. Huh. Her family's home is in Saitama. My idle curiosity is ended abruptly as three light taps can be heard rapping on the door. Misha quickly skips over to check who it is, tapping Shizune's shoulder on the way past to let her companion know what's happening.
Ah, you're here.
Who is it? With a slight pause to enter Shizune's data into the file along with all the others, I look up to check who's at the door. Lily? After giving a cursory nod to Misha in greeting, she perks her head up in her trademark manner. Is that Hisao? She's pretty darn good at working out my voice from the smallest of phrases nowadays. Yeah. It's me. Hey. The atmosphere feels slightly awkward as she bows. Neither of us know quite how intimate we should be around each other, given she's leaving in just a matter of hours. This is a fact that, thankfully, neither the oblivious Misha nor the hardworking Shizune pick up on. So, you've got work to do as well? Unfortunately, I arrived as soon as I could, but my class held me up with a surprise farewell party. I had to get changed. I glanced down at the laptop's clock. It's pretty much the end of lunchtime, so I'm guessing Lily's managed to wrangle the last period off as well. I take it Shizune is here as well?
Of course. And I've been here during all of lunchtime as well.
That last comment was really not needed. Shizune's baiting Lily into another argument. I can feel it. I'm sorry, I can't be as hardworking as you, Shizune. I'll endeavor to hire more lackeys to do my work in future, I assure you. And Lily just took the bait, escalating things further.
But aren't you the one who's always outsourcing work to your classmates?
The difference is that they choose to help, unlike your tyrannical grip on your own class. Ooh.
Tyranny works.
What? I don't know if she translated that properly.
Tyranny works. Even if we did things differently, we still got the same results, right?
Okay, she's saying that tyranny does work. This school is not a polite place. Is not a police state. A polite state. Good job, me. I'm in, like, this weird mood because I know that things are super awkward and we're trying... And now we're just having an anime moment out of nowhere. This school is not a police state. You will have to remind me when you're appointing class monarch, I'm afraid.
You have to seize power. It's not as good as if it's just handed to you, but I guess you wouldn't really understand that, right? You'll also have to remind me when monarchs were elected into their positions.
Lily's positively bristles at this. Shizune's two-hit combo forces her onto defense. Yet, for all your vaunted power, you cannot get one person to help you without forcing him.
But Hisao volunteered. He's such a hard worker. He's doing this instead of meaningless socializing, right?
Is that so, Hisao? Ah, this is bad. I've really ended up between a rock and a hard place. You know, this sort of mirrors our original meeting with these two. Now that I think about it. As much as it pains me to do this, the truth has at least a chance of stopping this argument here and now. It's okay, Lily. They didn't harass me to come or anything. Lily gives me a disapproving grimace, slightly radiating her strong feelings of displeasure in my general direction. She can be quite scary when she wants to be, though thankfully, this isn't often.
Ii-chan, you make that sound like it's a regular occurrence.
It isn't? In the end, it doesn't matter how long, as everyone's getting done at a good pace. Or everything's getting done at a good pace. Let's just get this work over with so we can go home. Shizune snorts derisively and gets back to marking off the sheets in front of her, while Lily sighs and finds her way along the room with her hand following the filing cabinets lining along the wall. This would mark the only time I've managed to successfully defuse one of these situations, but the grudging ceasefire built around mutual fear and respect makes this feel more like the Cold War than any real peace. I can't take all the credit, though. Lily's leaving has surely affected Shizune to some extent, to make her give up so easily. Moments before getting back to my work, I noticed Lily reaching up to grab something from above a filing cabinet. I almost offer to help, but her height gives her ample ability to take it down safely. Once she sets the strangely shaped device on the desk beside me, I realize just what it is, sort of, as she takes the old green covering off and sits down. At first glance, it seems to be an old metallic blue typewriter, but it doesn't take me long to realize it's far from ordinary. It has far fewer keys than expected, and though it has show no what? Am I reading that wrong? And those it has show no lettering printed. And though it has no lettering, and though it shows no lettering, I think that's what it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be an S there. There shouldn't be a has. Yeah, the has and the show are in the wrong place. Yeah. God, that's like screwed me up. I'm staring at it and I'm like, am I just reading that wrong, or is that that's just an error? And though, okay, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. I know I fucking hate doing this, but it's one of those things. It has far fewer keys than expected, and those it has, I think it's supposed to be though it has show no lettering printed on them. Yeah, that's a spelling error. And it shows no lettering printed on them. Only the shadows cast by the tiny braille dots on them give a hint to the thing's purpose. Yeah. Blind typewriter. Oh, this? Well, you're not far off. It's normally called a Perkins Brailler, but it's basically a typewriter for the blind, yes. It presses braille into the page rather than text, which is why it has fewer keys. Huh. That's really neat. She gives a light-hearted grin at my curiosity over it. I have to admit that it appeals to my sense of novelty. Without further ado, we each get back to our allotted task. The loud clunking of the mechanics in Lily's brailler and the tapping of the laptop's old and weary keyboard quickly fill the room. So, I'm going to assume that the other class reps are in here too. It's just we're only focusing on 3-2 and 3-3. It's a nice atmosphere, really. Everyone knows what they have to do, and Lily and I get to sit beside each other and exchange the odd word as we work away. Nostalgic, that's what it feels like. It's pleasant, but slightly stained with the knowledge that our time together is nearing its end. Excuse me, Misha? To properly address her, Misha bounces over from the filing cabinet she's peering into, in spite of Lily's lack of sight. For a moment, I think it's strange, but then I realize it's exactly what I do. What's up? Could you ask Shizune where the attendance records for Class 3-2 are? I think they've been moved.
Okie dokie.
No, this is not good. Because she's asking for our class. And with that, she flitters off to Shizune, who's working at a table beside us. Lily's familiarity with the council room and the efficiency with which she works reminds me that she, Misha, and Shizune used to all work together in the student council. Maybe this is a fitting end to her stay in Yamaku, working away just like she used to, surrounded by those she loves and at least liked. You know, like, I know in an earlier part, I sort of hinted at maybe Misha being the reason why they're no longer friends, but it doesn't seem so. Just the way that Lily interacts with Misha, it doesn't seem like, I mean, obviously she's loud, so that's probably really annoying for someone that uses her ears as her predominant way of figuring out where people are. But I don't see any hostility or anything like that. Though that's one thing, that people are amazing at keeping things a secret from one another when there's like really, really bad situations happening between the two of them. I look up, getting taken off guard by Shizune sorting through a drawer rather than Misha. Sure enough, she plucks out a manila folder, entirely blank save for just barely visible bumps on its front, and holds it in front of Lily. Lily's hands flits over to check what it is, her fingers filling out the dots of braille and confirming it's what she asked for. Thank you, Misha. No reply. No reply, that is, save for an odd grin. No smile on Shizune's face. Aww. The fact that they didn't put music there, like, I felt that. I felt that in my Kokoro. Oh my. That's so nice. It's one of those things where, you know, like friendships and family and all that, even when people are at each other's throats for reasons that we may not know, they are still friends. A couple of seconds pass before Lily clicks that it isn't Misha behind her, but Shizune. Her momentary look of surprise is replaced by a slightly bashful smile. For a few moments, the room is all but still and silent. Eventually, though, Shizune strides back to her workstation and Lily begins typing once again. It only lasted a handful of seconds in all, but it feels like years of communication were made up for in that one silent exchange. Yeah. Aw, hugs all around. Hugs all around. Aw. Oh, I felt that in my Kokoro. Oh my. There, finished. I lean my head back and rub my eyes to try and work away their weariness. Staring at the small and rather poor screen has taken its toll. Excellent timing. The only thing left is to file these away and I'll have my workload finished as well. Good. I can pack up the brailer and put it away while you do that. Thank you, Hisao. Misha, are you and Shizune far from being done? I look around for the two as I replace the cover over the brailer, only to see them waiting at the door. I guess they must be waiting for us. With a minimum of wasted time, we file and pack up everything that remains and join them. Thanks for waiting, you two.
We couldn't just take off without you, Hee-chan. You've been a great help.
Shizune nods approvingly, pleased with my efforts. I guess that's the last class representative work done and over with, then.
That's right. I'll miss you, Lily. I think it was fun working with you.
Thank you, Misha. It's been good working with you. And Shizune. Shizune thinks for a moment before formulating her response. It's not that she's often communicates without thinking, quite the opposite, but this time it's even more considered than usual. Misha looks a little surprised before passing on I was about to say massage. Yes, passing on the massage. Just going over and rolling your delicate fingers over her shoulders. Yes, passing on the message.
Shizune says you better do your work over there better than you did it here.
Far from taking offense, Lily giggles into her hand.
If that's the case, then please tell Shizune to give those still here a little more understanding in the future.
Competitive until the last. Maybe Shizune and Lily aren't so different after all.
Shi-chan says that she'll be checking to make sure you live up to your end of the promise.
Then that's how it will be. I had better be off then. Goodbye, Shizune. Goodbye, Misha. Hasao? Lily takes a hold of my arm in hers, there being no need for a cane if I'm here to guide her. With a nod of farewell to the two, we set off out the door and make our way to the school grounds. As I turn to wave goodbye to them, I notice Shizune's gaze lingering on Lily. They may annoy each other, but family bonds aren't easily broken. Got all your papers sorted then?
Yes, they've all been filed out and handed in.
On top of things as always, aren't you? She gives an earnest smile at the compliment, but it feels as her happiness is just a veneer over the fact that she's fully aware of how much she's leaving behind. It reminds me of how she was like when I first met her, always smiling, always that little bit aloof, always that little distance away from everybody. Even now, she still maintains that air around many others, especially those she's not close to. I had hoped that our time together would have changed that fact. Our pace slows, the two of us coming to a halt in the all but empty school grounds. Asao, is something the... Lily's words are cut short as I turn and wrap my arms around her, pulling her tight. I may not usually be given to such impulsive actions, but I just want to be close to her, even if it's the last time I'll be able to. All the other students have retreated to their dormitories and homes, only the ruffling of leaves. I was about to say feathers, because yeah, never mind. Autocomplete my mind again. Ruffling of leaves and the breeze making any sound whatsoever. As I draw back, I can see that she has dropped her careful, maintained smile. Her hand hesitates, wanting neither to leave nor to stay on my features. She is putting up a brave show, but her slight trembling gives her away. Lily may be able to control herself well, but even she can't hold her composure together now. This is the woman I've come to love, but also the one who is in all too short a time will leave the country forever. I'm sorry, Asao. It's okay. You've got your own life to lead, after all. We walk up the hallway into the girls' dormitory hand in hand, our emotions by now largely quelled. Nevertheless, our hands grip each other much more tightly than before. Faint, muffled noises can be heard from Lily's room, the origins of which aren't difficult to guess. The moment she opens the door, Hanako bursts through and wraps her arms around Lily, taking her very obviously by surprise.
Lily.
Hanako?
I'm going to miss you, Lily.
As expected, she's on the verge of tears. Lily gently rubs Hanako's hair with her hand in response, then pulls back and gives a warm, reassuring smile. Looking beyond Hanako, Akira can be seen getting up from the side of Lily's bed and scratching her head. Her eyes turn from Lily and Hanako to me, a stilted, weak smile hanging on her face. I try to return a more genuinely happy look, but the result is probably just the same. So, everything's set? Managed to hold back from killing Shizune? Comments draw an amused giggle from her sister. Yes, I have everything in order, and yes, I managed not to. Have you packed everything you need? Got the 2 bags right here, but there's still some stuff left at the Hakamishi home. I can't pick up. I can pick that up while we waiting there for tomorrow evening's flight, though. Akira gives the 2 large black travel bags on the floor a hearty pat. She probably came to help pack and make sure everything was in order on Lily's end before going together with her.
Lily, will you be okay over there?
I'll be alright, I assure you. I'll have Akira looking after me as well, and you know that she's reliable.
But...
Don't worry, Hanako. I have your phone number after all, so we can stay in touch. With Akira's help, I could send you things over the internet as well.
Hey, don't use me just because you won't learn how to use a computer.
Hanako and Lily both giggle briefly, the mood lightening ever so little. I would have used lightly there instead of little. That goes for you too, Hisao. I promise I'll contact you once I'm in Scotland. I know. I'll be looking forward to it. Her offer may be kind, but we both know that this is tantamount to breaking up. Neither of us has any illusions as to how well we manage a long-distance relationship. With nary a word of prompting, the 4 of us begin the long, solemn walk to the school gate. God, is he gonna, like, fucking stop her? Like, what is going on? He's not even, like, it's so weird. I have a theory on how this could get turned around, but I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. Like, just like thinking about how this story is written and everything. I have a theory, but I'm gonna hold off on that, and we'll see if I'm right next time. So take care, guys, and stay frosty.